Heyo everyone! Let's cover the last unit that is showing up in Season 7. As a note, this information and testing was done during the preview event for Season 7, so things may have been changed or may change. The Shield Maidens are a 5-star Golden Era unit that costs 350 leadership. Their defining feature is the ability to swap between being a sword unit or a spear unit. So are they any good with either weapon? Starting off, Shield Maidens have 4 traits. Staunch Defenders is nothing new. This means they are excellent in defense, making it ideal for blocking an enemy advance. Damage taken is also reduced. 2 weapons. This unit carries spear and swords. Wielding spears and shields improves defense and blocking. Wielding swords improves attack capability. They also stay in formation while switching weapons. Stand Firm. This unit takes less damage from cavalry charges when wielding spears. Northlanders. Leadership value is decreased by 10 during Season 7, making it 340 leadership. Formations that are available are the Block Formation. This is their most spread out formation for resisting concentrated incoming ranged attacks or for spreading out their area of impact. The Shield Wall Formation. This formation is great for working in a team to hold down an opening or pathway. The last formation is the Shield Formation. This formation is a tight grouping that focuses defense to the front. This will provide the strongest defense capability if you can guarantee enemy focus from one side. Unit orders that are available depend on the weapon that is out. If you have the sword out, you can use the Freya's Charge. Shield Maidens encourage their surrounding allies and charge to a point. There is also Triple Strike. They launch 3 consecutive strikes at the enemy with their shields, reducing the enemy's armor penetration for a short period of time. The third strike deals double damage. With the spears out, you can use Cover Commander. The unit forms a ring around the warlord and follows them around trying to maintain the formation. There is also Guardian. The unit will defend a designated area, forming a smaller shield wall and boosting the protection of nearby allies. For Veterancy lines, there are 2 options. You will have these stats as seen on screen now before you pick a line, and before the split they will net a 3% increase to health. When picking a line, the top has a focus on spear and the bottom on sword. If you continue with the top line, you will net a 9% increase to blunt defense, 3% increase to slashing damage, 3% increase to movement speed, 9% increase to piercing defense. It increases the blocking by 120, 6-second cooldown reduction to Guardian, 9% increase to health, 9% increase to piercing damage, 60% increase to blocking recovery rate, 9% increase to slashing defense, 4-second cooldown reduction to Freya's Charge, and 30% increase to blunt armor penetration while wielding spears. As I said earlier, the top line focuses on their use of the spear. You see this with the blocking increase, defense increases, and blunt penetration while wielding spears. With the spear out, Shield Maidens are tankier. So let's see how the competing line works. Bottom will net a 6% increase to movement speed, 9% increase to piercing defense, 9% increase to blunt defense, 18% increase to slashing damage, 30% increase to block break during triple strike, 6-second cooldown reduction to Freya's Charge, 9% increase to slashing armor penetration, 9% increase to health, 4-second cooldown reduction to triple strike, 30% increase to the unit's slashing and piercing armor penetration while wielding swords. The bottom line is about the sword. The buffs to triple strike as well as the penetration buff while wielding swords focuses on the use of the sword. I will get into later which line I personally would run, but the line primarily depends on the weapon you want to focus. One thing I can tell you is what doctrines I plan to run. I personally will work on outfitting Shield Maidens with the Epic Spear Doctrine 1, Epic Spear Doctrine 2, Epic Spear Doctrine 3, Epic Spear Doctrine 5, and Battle Line Doctrine. This build focuses on defense. This buffs their block recovery, defenses, as well as giving regeneration and damage against other units. This choice will become more apparent after matchups, so with that, let's see what matchups I managed to run. Shield Maidens are going to be an intriguing unit. Most people hoped for them to be an anti-cavalry unit. Shield Maidens will not stop cavalry in their place and kill them, but they do manage to survive through some cavalry charges. As seen in the matchups, they do collapse to the Liao's bludgeon, but the initial charge they can survive through. The other matchups do show how in Guardian they can take a large amount of damage. Using Shield Maidens to hold down a point or opening seems to be their primary calling. If you can guarantee a direction that opponents will approach from, then forming up in the shield formation will allow for a solid defense. If you cannot guarantee it, then using Guardian is the next best option. The protection boost from Guardian provides a sturdy formation that seems to only collapse under some heavy hitters, such as the Iron Reapers or Silahdars. This solid defense is one of the reasons I plan to run my Shield Maidens as top line. The buffs to the spear wielding will help them sustain themselves even more. Also, as a side note, the game does recognize the Shield Maidens primarily as a spear unit. The sword abilities and damage did not impress me in what testing I managed to do, though with that being said, I want to test once they come out the validity of micromanaging their weapons. While engaged, it may be beneficial to switch to sword, use triple strike, then right after switching back to spear for the defense. This micromanaging could optimize the damage output and survivability of the unit if used properly. I will be looking closer at this once they are out. With that, I hope this video got you excited and looking forward to the new Golden Era unit of Season 7. This unit seems like there is going to be more to it than what is on the surface, and I can't wait to get my hands on it again. If you enjoy this video and want to help out the channel, you can use my content creator code when picking up a content creator pack from My Games. They just released a new Aspiring Warlord pack recently that has a great selection of items to help out new players. With that aside, until next time, I will see you all on the battlefield. How the heck do you put a hyena in a box? Why the heck can I put a hyena in a box? Do we need to talk to the developers about this? So I just pick up a hyena and apparently put him in my pocket. I don't know how.